talk about the Championship, shall we? Because poor Dean Smith sacked as Norwich City head coach after a run of just 3 wins in 13 Championship matches. They lost on Boxing Day against Luton, who were down to 10 men. I mean, it doesn't feel like long enough. They're sitting 5th in the table just now, 35 points, but 13 points from that automatic promotion spot. Burnley currently sitting top on 50 points, so there is a big difference there. What's your thoughts on that?
Well, the top 2 spots look like they're just getting away. Burnley and Sheffield United are getting away from the pack. You got Blackburn chasing them in 3rd, Watford 4th. Watford have come back from a terrible start and got themselves back in there. But Norwich, 3 wins in 13. Dean, good manager, knows what he's doing. Sometimes you just can't get your team on the pitch. You get injuries, you lose games in the last minute, and you end up, the crowd have turned against him, and I think it was coming. They were, they were looking to get him out, I think, and he's gone.
Yeah, and the push is, of course, for promotion back to the Premier League. For the time being, Steve Weaver and Alan Russell have taken charge of the team. Anybody you think might be making their way to Norwich soon?
Well, I mean, I don't know. They bring people in from all parts of the world now, don't they? And we've never heard of some of them. They come in, I don't know what they'll be thinking. But they've definitely turned into a club that goes up and goes down and goes up and goes down without breaking the bank and bankrupting the club. So this time they must have looked at it and thought, well, hang on a minute, we're 35 points, Sheffield United on 47 in 2nd, playoffs not good enough.
Yeah. Former Norwich forward Dean Ashton joined Majestic and Darren Ambrose yesterday here on talkSPORT, and he felt Dean Smith being sacked was only a matter of time.
I still felt like there was time for things to change, and it certainly didn't feel quite as toxic as it did straight after the Blackburn game. But ultimately, once the supporters turn on a manager, it's very, very difficult then for you to keep your job. And ultimately then there's so much pressure on every single game for you to win and win well that in the end, I actually felt sorry for him a little bit last night after the game and the way he interviewed. I think he almost felt it himself, as if there's not a lot I'm going to be able to do to change the minds of most of these supporters.
Dean Ashton speaking to talkSPORT yesterday, and of course Dean Smith, he'd publicly questioned the attitude of some of the fans after the defeat by Blackburn on the 17th of December, and saying playing away was better for his side. So speaking out against the fans and the infighting seemed to maybe part add to that. When you do go down that road, it feels like when you've lost the fans, that's it.
Well, yeah, I'm a bit surprised about the complaining about the style of football. I mean, I've managed against Dean Smith, and all his teams just play total football. They've always, every time you come up against him, he used to play, his teams played 4-3-3, and the wide players come in the pockets, they play out from the back, they play in through the thirds in midfield, striker gets down the sides, they always attacking total football. So whether he's changed that a little bit and started scrapping a bit more, I don't know. But there you go, the last manager, they were playing out of the back and getting relegated all the time, passing the ball to Liverpool's front three. I remember first game of the season, ridiculous.
Jim White and Simon Jordan, Monday to Friday mornings from 10 on AM, on DAB, via the talkSPORT app and on your smart speaker. talkSPORT.